Special edition of Winning Workouts. Now, interesting runner. Pat Shaw trains this guy. He was very disappointing in the Gold Cup, 3,200 meters, but he was gelded since, Matt.
Yes, so it looks as though that was just too far for him. It seems to me, talking to a few people, that this one seems to be getting a lot of work at the moment. Is that a fair comment?
It is fair. He is the first of the Raiders to arrive here, although he will stay with Pat Shaw. He's been put through his paces, and this is some good grass work this morning, 36.1. Class 600.
Well, he's an interesting runner, but he got outclassed or outstayed there, didn't he, recently in the Dubai Gold Cup? But he does bring some very, very strong form from Argentina, just Curtado. Well, this horse needs no introduction. Second last year, Smoking Sun.
Been disappointing his last two, hasn't he? Nice and quiet during the week. Probably see him hit out later on in the week, but bonjour and welcome to him from France.
Yes, and he had his most recent run, didn't he, in the QE2 Cup over there. The same race Military Attack ran in. They ran 7th and 10th, I think. Now, Minor Frost, I'm very interested to learn more about the Japanese horse. They do stand out at track work, the Japanese horses.
Well, he would in all yellow, but he actually walked the turf course this morning and then did some work as well. So very interesting tactics from them. I can tell you we spoke to George Moore from the Dan Excel yard, and Larry Foley caught up with him this morning.
You know what, the horse has got used to the climate over here and he's got used to travelling now. He's actually settled in a lot better than first few trips he came over here. Eating up overnight, which is great. We just want to keep them eating for the next couple of days, and should be able to work on Thursday or Friday this week. We've got all systems to go right now, so that's good.
Now, he had some serious issues back in October, well documented in Hong Kong, a few throat issues. Took him a while to get over that, but his run in the Champions Mile must have pleased you.
You know, his form's slowly coming on. He's getting better and better with every race. I think I said to the owner of the races the other day, he's going to be peaking over here, in my opinion. His coat's been improving week on week, which is great. Just that slight throat issue he had over when he was over in Melbourne knocked him back a bit, which it does with a couple of horses. We've had it happen to a couple of other horses which came over, including not listening to me. They just need a little bit of time, and he's come through it well, and you know he's quite experienced with the travel over here, so he should run a good race. You're
saying he's probably going to peak. We're hoping he peaks for this race. But compared to last year, would you think he's where he was last year?
I think he's travelled a lot better so far. Last year he wasn't eating for the first couple of days, and then he started eating closer to the race. This time around, although he doesn't have a partner in the stables, he seems like he's settled in quite well and he's eating really well. So in terms of travelling, I think he's probably travelled better so far.
You've settled in well. 6 eggs this morning?
Yeah, good breakfast this morning, which is great. The hospitality over for the Singapore Turf Club's great.
Now, we've yet to see in the race's history back-to-back winners. Of course, you've won it twice in a row as a trainer, or your father has, but horses never won it back-to-back. You must be quietly confident?
You know, we'll know after the gallop on the Thursday or Friday, but as I said, he's travelled really well. It's not easy to win an international Group 1, you know, no matter if you're travelling to Singapore or you're travelling to Europe. This is probably one of the easiest trips for the horses because it's quite close to Hong Kong. They're not on the plane for so long, and the climate's very, very similar to Hong Kong. But to win Group 1s anywhere, as you know, it's not an easy feat.
Your father, I think, broke his Group 1 duck in this race 2 years ago, so the race has been good to him and the family. But he drew Gate 1 last year, Dan Excel. Is the barrier important?
You know, this type of horse, he needs to go to the front like he did last time. I wouldn't say he stole the race last year, but that's where he's more comfortable. And with a short straight over here, it's probably, you know, if we draw inside gate, we're going to have a good chance.
Now, the main dangers in this race, it's a nice field. There's another Hong Kong runner, Military Attack, which you'll be familiar with, but who are the main dangers for you?
You know, in terms of the Hong Kong horses, Military Attack would be one of the, you know, we actually bought that horse too, came from our stable, but his form's gone off a little bit this year in Hong Kong. He's just getting a little older, just like our horse is getting older, but in terms of Hong Kong horses, you know, Military Attack's got the ability. He's a very, very good horse.
You respect the Japanese, obviously?
Yeah, I haven't, you know, the Japanese did really well, as you know, over in the Sydney Carnival.
Yep.
They had some very, very good horses, and I haven't looked over the forms of the horses from Japan over here, but I'm sure they're going to have very, very good horses over here.
Plenty of time to do that. Thanks, George, and good luck.
Thanks a lot, mate. Cheers.
Interesting comments there about last year's winner. Let's have a look at another horse that's tasted success in this race before. We're going to chat to Paul Lowe, trackwork rider for Casper Founds.
He was out on the track this morning just for a look around. How did he feel for you?
He feel very well now. His action made it good and beautiful and looks great.
He's had a quiet season in Hong Kong, but obviously he's getting on in age, and some very good horses in Hong Kong. So this might be a race for him to bounce back into form.
Yeah, he comes very well. He enjoy here. He looks great and everything is perfect now.
All right, so good chatting to Paul and of course George Moore there. Thanks to them for their time. Freeport Lux, I can tell you, Matt, this morning he shied away from the big in-screen infield screen, but took him around again, and this is the work straight after that. Nice to see him focusing on the job at hand.
We bring some pretty eye-catching form. A Group 3 winner, won the Prix d'Orange in a small field over 2,000 metres. Also a Group 2 win in France in May of last year over 2,200 metres, so no problems with the staying trip. We've seen horses with good French staying form come over here in the past to perform well, so an interesting runner. And here is Johnny Guitar. Well, he's probably more interesting for his jockey than anything, with the great man Joe Moreira to partner him.
Yeah, it's incredible. Joe's coming back, and third last time out in the Admiralty Classic, but it's a big step up in class, I think, for him.
Yes, and he's always been thrown in the deep end and acquits himself very well, but gee, I think this might be a bit too much for him. Keshwa, his stablemate, Gold Cup winner, of course, from last November.
Yeah, he second recently to step it up in the QE2. He's just game and gutsy, isn't he? And it would be wonderful if he could run into money for connections.
If it's a real dour struggle, that will suit him.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's a bit of a sprint, he might be sort of caught napping, but he's a nice horse. And Slew of Load, well, here's one I just don't think can win, but he's in it with a shot.
Well, no ticket, no chance. He was disappointing. He came back with the spiritual noises, but look at his work. He's just such a fantastic worker in the morning, but it's a big ask for him as well, I think.
Big ask for Slew of Load, but he'll represent Fred Krabbier, so Fred well represented in the Singapore Airlines International Cup. Of course, he's won a Cruise Fly with Rocket Man, but never one of these. And, well, little step it up there on the outside, working with the big Chestnut Hooker Falls.
Yeah, Saturday morning, put through his paces. Today, nice and quiet, as you'll see, and big race rider there, Nunez, just taking him through his paces. That last one was just fantastic, wasn't it?
It was. And there he is, step it up. So it was nice to see him win a big race because, of course, he's no stranger to winning big races, but it has been a little while coming. And this horse, Wild Geese, I don't think he's ever raced better than he is right now. He's really come back in good form.
That last run was very good from him. Nice and quiet this week, so hopefully tomorrow we can see him do a bit of work.
Okay, he was up on the pace in last year's race. That's it, Gareth?
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
Okay, look forward to it.